sugar nuts, how we doing? And welcome back to another episode of SeddzSayz. We are back with our first video in our mini-series for our top songs, top EPs, top albums, top live streams of the year. And you'll have probably noticed a few things that are different here on the channel. First things first, I've got no beard. I look like a little baby, a little flobby human baby, and it's disgusting. It really, really is. Basically, I am planning on getting mutton chops for my wedding next year, and I booked myself into this really nice barber's, and they said to me, once you've got a really nice beard, if you want mutton chops, you're going to have to shave it all off and start again so that it grows at a nice, even level. So basically, until I grow the beard back, you are stuck with, as Queen would say, the 7 chins of rye. What else is new on the channel? We've got this really nice mic arm here that my brother got me for Christmas, so hopefully the audio should be a bit better on these videos now. But anyway, let's jump straight on into the video now that you've noticed the 2 main things that have changed this week. And we're going to be doing our top 5 singles of 2020. Now, a couple of rules. Obviously, this is a channel that mainly specialises in rock, metal, alternative, and indie stuff. So the songs/bands that we are featuring today have to fall within those kind of genres and parameters. You can only pick 1 song per artist to kind of spice it up a bit and make sure there is a nice varying degree of talent in there. And yeah, that's about it. Let's just jump straight on in there and check out the hottest songs of 2020. Now, little disclaimer first of all of this is subject to opinion. I listen to a lot of music, but I've probably not listened to every song that ever exists and that has been released this year. These are just the songs that I think are the best songs of this year. So please don't go hating on me in the comment section, being like, meh, you've not checked out meh, 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 meh. Because chances are, I probably have checked it out actually, and this is just my personal opinion of my favourite songs. So yeah, without further ado, this is the top 5 songs of 2020. Right then, in at number 5, we have a band who before 2020 I was not aware of at all. And that is quite surprising really, because these guys are a supergroup made up of some wicked names in the alternative music world. It's a band that features Greg Puciato of the Dillinger Escape Plan, Troy Sanders of Mastodon, Max Cavalera of Soulfly, and Ben Collar of Converge. Now, the band I'm talking about is, of course, Killer Be Killed. Now, like I said, hadn't heard of these guys until about 3-4 months ago, actually, when I started hearing singles from their brand new album Drop. Their latest album, which is called Reluctant Hero, is by far one of the best releases of 2020. And this particular song that we're going to be checking out today is easily one of my favourite songs of this year. Well, like I said, it comes in at number 5. It is huge, massive riffy sections. The vocals and the variation of the vocals is sublime. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Dillinger, Soulfly, and Mastodon, but what they do on this record is just absolutely incredible. And if you haven't heard this song as of yet, then I know you're going to love it as much as I do. So let's jump straight on in there. This is Killer Be Killed with Dream Gone Bad. If I remember correctly, this is track number 2 on the album. Just such a monolithic sounding voice. It's like his voice like shakes the earth when he sings. Now, this song was quite a late addition to my top songs of the year, and indeed my top albums of the year that you'll probably see in a few days' time. But it just had such an impact on me that, like, the minute I heard it, I was like, this is going to make it into my top list of the year. You know what? All 3 of them have such differing vocal styles. And usually you wouldn't think they'd work well at all, but they really fucking do. so fucking good. Everything about it. Vocals are on point. The riffs are amazing. This bit now from Max Cavalera is awesome.
Staring into my heart and soul. I am my worst enemy. Life is killing me. When earth and sky will fall. Feel the walls closing. I can't escape destiny.
It takes the best elements of all of the bands that they're from and just melds them together to create this just... It's epic. Epic sound is the best way to describe it. Oh, here we go. Oh. Just tone for days, man. They're definitely a band that have piqued my interest, Killer Be Killed, and I honestly hope that we don't have to wait 6 more years before their next album drops, because Reluctant Hero is a masterpiece from start to finish. There we have it. In at number 5 is Killer Be Killed with Dream Gone Bad. And like I said, if you do love the projects of Greg Puciato, Max Cavalera, Troy Sanders, and Ben Collar, then you need to check out this band if you haven't already. Go and check out Reluctant Hero. It is the best place to start with this band. And then go and check out their debut album that dropped a couple of years ago as well. Right then, up next in the number 4 position for top songs of 2020, we have the incredible While She Sleeps with their latest single, Sleeps Society. Now, I remember when this song dropped back in October, there was so much speculation flying around about this band. Like, they announced that they were launching a press conference one day, and there was so much mystery that surrounded this press conference. No one knew what it was about, no one knew what it was going to entail, whether the band was splitting up, whether they were releasing new material. And as a huge While She Sleeps fan, it got me on edge. It really, really did. Now, when they released the video that was just called While She Sleeps, Sleep Society, it started off with the press conference, which seemed quite dramatised, and I was like, all right, interesting. And they were talking about the state of the music industry and how in this day and age, it really helps to be going DIY because like big labels and big corporations aren't there for the little man. They're not there for the musician. They're only there to line their own pockets. And it was all about this new society that While She Sleeps had started, kind of like what you see with like YouTubers doing like Patreons and stuff like that to help directly support the artist. And you know what? Since this band has started doing this, I've seen so many smaller bands kind of following suit and being like, you know what? We don't need label backing. We can do this by ourselves. And this kind of like DIY ethos that is flowing through the industry at the minute, it really is something to behold. It's absolutely beautiful. As a band manager and booking agent myself, I absolutely love it. Anyway, the press conference ended and they slammed straight into the track you're about to hear. Brand new material from While She Sleeps, which is coming on their next album that'll be dropped around March, April next year. And we're going to check it out right now on the channel. This is While She Sleeps with brand new single, Sleep Society. This is an absolute monster of a track, guys. Not only will I be moshing, but my fucking double chin will be doing a dance as well. It's that heavy. I've been a fan of these guys since I was like in college, and this is hands down the best song they've released to date. Oh, it's, you know what? It's giving me goosebumps all over again listening to this. Oh. I just love the setting for this video as well, that huge like aircraft carrier. Just looks epic as fuck. It's just an anthem for the nation. They are the people's metal band, especially over here in the UK. They're a band who over the years have kind of stuck to what they do best. They've found a winning formula and have just evolved and evolved and evolved, and they've always kind of stayed true to their roots. And you can hear it in this new material just as much as you can hear it in the earlier stuff too. Oh, here we fucking go. Oh, just that. Oh, just this bit is just the best bit of the song, man. It's just like aggression incarnate. Like, they're not the heaviest band on the planet, but they are heavy as fuck. You know what I mean? Absolutely fucking amazing. That was While She Sleeps with their brand new single, Sleep Society. And I tell you what, when I first heard that for the very first time, I was kind of a bit gutted because I really wanted to react to it for the channel. I remember watching the press conference and the song kicked straight on it, and it had me hooked from the very first second. And I was like, oh, fuck, I can't even do a reaction video now. But in all honesty, easily the best While She Sleeps song to date. It has got me hella excited for the new While She Sleeps album that drops next year. And it just shows that you don't have to kind of go down the mainstream routes, mainstream like roads, like bands like Bring Me the Horizon and Architects have done, to kind of be big in the UK alt scene in 2020 going into 2021. These guys have stuck to what they do best, and they're just getting bigger and better and bigger and better with each release. God, I cannot wait for that album to drop. Yeah, in at number 4, While She Sleeps, with the phenomenal Sleeps Society. Right then, we're getting into the good stuff now. We're into our top 3 songs of 2020. And this one is a track that, for quite a while, was actually my number 1 of 2020. Probably up until around, I'd say, about June, July. So a good half of the year it spent its time in the number 1 position. It's still an absolutely phenomenal track, but just the songs that are now ranked above it just pipped it to the post, really. I'm, of course, talking about the band Annisokay from Germany and their single, STFU. Now, this is not the only song that Annisokay dropped this year. They dropped a few others, like a Parasite, Bonfire of Millennials, The Tragedy. all tracks that are taken from their upcoming album Aurora, which was actually due to be released this November but has been pushed back to February 2021. And all the tracks have been really, really good that they've released from this album so far. I've been a fan of this band for a while. I've got a number of their albums. I own Devil May Care and Arms, so I've got a copy of Aurora on pre-order as well. And yeah, the minute I heard STFU, I was just floored by it. Absolutely floored. And I think it was actually Kev Yates from FYM Reacts who told me to check this one out. And in all honesty, it's probably one of my most played songs of 2020. And you'll see exactly why in just a second when we play it. It is heavy. It is catchy. It is infectious. It is chanty. It is everything you want from a modern metalcore anthem. And yeah, I really, really think you're going to love this one. This is Annisokay with STFU. Oh, here we fucking go. Another song that I was absolutely gutted that I didn't get to check out to the channel. He has, in my opinion, one of the best backing vocals in modern metalcore music. Does Chris? I can't pronounce his last name, but his name's Chris. He's absolutely phenomenal. Really, really complements the heavy screams of Rudy Schwarzer. I tell you what, my missus loves the music video for this as well. She's a massive like sci-fi and conspiracy theory nut. Oh, just one of the juiciest, tastiest breakdowns and drops of 2020, man. Yeah, as I was saying, the missus loves the music video. Like, if you pay attention to what's going on in on the giant screen in the background, there's some really cool images that they use in there. They're a band, in my opinion, Annisokay, that never really got the recognition they deserve. They deserve to be 100 times bigger, and hopefully this new album will just kind of give them the recognition they deserve. Oh, it's just an anthem. It's huge, absolutely fucking huge. I cannot wait to hear this track live. These guys were meant to be in the UK. I think they were meant to play Manchester on Halloween, but obviously due to COVID it got cancelled. I cannot wait for those rescheduled dates because I am going to go fucking batshit mental for this track. Oh, yes! It's just fucking nasty, man. There we have it. Annisokay with STFU, taken from their upcoming album Aurora, which is released next year on Arising Records. Like I said, if you enjoyed what you just heard there, go and pre-order a copy of that new album, because if it's anything like the songs that they've released so far from it, it is going to be, and I'm calling it now, one of the best albums of 2021. And like I said, I've only heard 1, 2, 4 songs from this album yet, and I'm already basing that off what I've heard. I cannot wait to hear the rest of that record. Here we go, down to the number 2 track of 2020. And this one is a track that is actually probably a lot of people's number 1 song of 2020, just because it is probably the biggest metal anthem that has been released this year. Obviously, in the alternative music scene at the minute, like 80s music is playing a huge resurgence. It is being kind of like fitted into every subgenre of rock and metal music at the minute, because like I said, 80s is huge right now, like with shows like Stranger Things and movies like it. Everyone fucking loves the 80s. And this band released this single and literally embraced the heart, spirit, and soul of 80s music. And it is just, it's so much fun. It is probably the most just fucking bonkers, incredible, crazy song you will ever hear. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the best songs to be released in the past 10 years. It is actually the song I wake up to every single morning. It is my alarm clock. And the missus is absolutely fucking sick of hearing this song by now. And I'm talking about the just bombastic Hyper by Eskimo Callboy. Now, if you don't know Eskimo Callboy, they are a German metalcore band / kind of like synthcore, electroniccore band. And they released an EP this year that was called MMXX that featured such songs as Hate Love, MC Thunder 2, Dancing Like a Ninja, Monsieur Mustache, Drama Queen, and Prism. But the song that got everyone's attention was the first single off that release, which was Hyper. And seriously, if you've not heard this song yet, your world is about to be turned upside down. It is going to change your life, man. And honestly, you're going to become addicted to this track. I have heard so many people in the industry raving about this song and being like, this is... If you wanted to introduce someone who wasn't into rock or metal music to rock and metal in this day and age, what song would you pick? And I've heard so many industry professionals say it's this song. So we're just going to check it out now, and I'm just going to relive the hype all over again because it is a fucking masterpiece. This is Eskimo Callboy with Hyper. Oh! I love it. From the cleans to the synths to the breakdowns to the cheesiest fuck video, this is just perfect. It literally is the perfect track in every way. Love this bit coming up now. So good. It's good to see a band in 2020 not taking themselves seriously. We have had such a shit year, and it's fun stuff like this that we need to pick us up. It always leaves me with a massive smile on my face. I tell you what, I would love to see Eskimo Callboy representing Germany in the Eurovision Song Contest, because that would be just insane. It really, really would. Oh, just even this bit, this like fucking... Oh, bring it right down low. Cheesy as fuck. I love how they've kind of embraced this 80s thing as well, kind of like bands like Blessed by a Broken Heart, One Morning Left, The Morning After, stuff like that. They've really, really taken to it. I've seen loads of live footage of them now, or live streams where they dress like this, and it's so cool to watch. Oh, come on, the heavy bit, here we go. Oh, it's just so good. Double time section. Oh. I am never gonna get old. This song is never gonna get old. I can tell you now that I am gonna be playing this on repeat for years and years and years to come. And like I said, my missus is probably sick of hearing it now because it's what I wake up into the morning. I probably listen to it about twice a day. But it just pumps me for the day, you know. It's just a feel-good track that 9.1 million people now have checked out and adored. So fucking good. Oh, just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Eskimo Callboy with Hyper Hyper, which is taken from their latest EP, MMXX. And if you haven't got yourself a copy of that or you haven't heard it yet, I definitely recommend going checking out MC Thunder 2, Dancing Like a Ninja next. That was the other kind of music video single they released for this album. And then go check out another song called Hate Love that we previously reacted to on SeddzSayz earlier this year. Yeah, just such a feel-good band. It is what we need in 2020. And like I said before, people are going to be talking about this track for years and years to come. It has cemented itself into alternative music history. It's an absolute grade A banger. Fucking amazing. Right then, who do we think is at number one in this year's top 5 songs of 2020? I can tell you what, it is a band that we have probably featured the most on this channel. It is a band that since day one I have absolutely raved about. I've recommended them to friends, I've recommended them to colleagues, I have a copy of their CD for the house, a copy of the CD for the car, and a day doesn't go by that I probably don't spin this band's debut record. It is an absolute work of art in a twisted and fucked up way. I'm talking about Pennsylvanian newcore band Tallah. Now, if you do not know this band by now, then what the fuck are you doing, guys? They are... Words cannot describe how phenomenal this band is. They are a band who take elements of old school Slipknot, Korn, Linkin Park, Mudvayne, and fucking smash them with elements of kind of like the newer hardcore scene, bands like Knocked Loose, bands like Code Orange, Sharptooth, stuff like that. And the overall sound is just... The best way to describe it is anxiety incarnate. It is... twisted, it's disturbing, it's just dark as fuck, and I fucking love it. Now, the track that is number one song of 2020, it was really kind of a close call between two of this band's songs that were fighting for the number one position, and in all honesty, the reason I picked this one over the other track is because we've actually featured the other track on the channel before. This is a song, when it dropped, I was so eager to check it out. I was planning on reacting to this one for the channel, but I was on a train to work. I saw that it had been released. I saw the thumbnail and how cool it looked, and I was tempted. I was tempted like a little kid drawn to sweets. I was like, nom, I'll have a bit of that right now. And oh my god, I remember just being on the train and just like looking like this for the entire 4 minutes, just like, it was just jaw-dropping. Absolutely jaw-dropping. And of course, I'm talking about the band's single, Red Light. Now, if you don't know the album and the story behind the album, there is an overflowing concept. So the album, which is called Matriphagy, is an album about how an overprotective mother pushes her son to the edge of insanity through psychological and physical abuse. Having spent 2 decades trapped inside a glorified prison, and after some failed rescue and escape attempts, the son, in a state of heavy delirium, does the unforgivable to free himself from his mother's wicked hold. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we're dealing with. So let's just jump on in there and listen to this track, because you will know after listening to it why it is my top track of 2020. Here we go. This is the incredible Tallah with Red Light. heavy as fucking balls, man. Love it. I'll say it time and time again. Justin Bonnet is one of the most impressive vocalists in metal music right now. Such a diverse and talented guy. It's amazing to hear his different styles that he throws in there. His vocal style never fails to kind of put me on edge, and I love that. I really, really do. Rap vocals as well, man. Oh, so good. But what gets me about this song is this huge sweeping chorus section. His clean vocals, and I say clean, they've still got like a roughness to them, and just so, they flow so well through this chorus. They juxtapose perfectly. His heavy vocals that kick in any second now. Best bit of the song coming up. Oh, amazing. Gets me every time, that. The drop in a minute is just savage as fuck. They have released some of the heaviest songs of this year. And every time they drop a new one, I'm like, oh my god, this is the fucking best thing I've ever heard. And then a new single blows me away all over again. And you know what? The music video complements this track perfectly as well. It is literally like the descent into insanity and the fall into madness. And like I said, there hasn't been a band that have made me feel this uneasy since Slipknot released their debut album. It's I expect huge things for these guys. Absolutely huge things for these guys. Every time I listen to this track, it just gets nastier and nastier, man. Amazing.
I like to think of it as a sunrise in Paris. The rivers keep flowing with a red colour.
Sends shivers down my spine, that track. That was incredible. Tallah with Red Light in at the #1 position for Best Track of 2020. And like I said, if you haven't heard the rest of Metriphagy, after this video, go and check it out. Start from the very beginning and work your way through it, because it tells a tale, an absolutely twisted tale, that honestly, you'll be having fucked up dreams about for months to come. It is... I love a good concept album, I really, really do, but I think what this band have done with this record is particularly striking because it just resonates with you. It puts a lasting impression on you, and yeah, there's a reason why this track is track of the year and why these guys are gonna just be huge. Absolutely huge. Keep your eyes on these boys. I cannot wait for them to come to the UK because I will be down the front screaming along the words to every song. Like I said, I listen to that album on a daily basis, and I'll probably still listen to it for a daily basis for years and years to come. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right then, guys, that will do it for our top 5 tracks of 2020. And wow, what incredible tracks they have been. For such a shit year, the music has been phenomenal. There have been some wicked releases this year, some wicked songs dropped, and some wicked bands emerge in 2020. And in all honesty, I cannot wait to see what 2021 holds for us. Just for a quick recap, those top 5 songs, so you can make a note of them. In at number 5 was Killer Be Killed with Dream Gone Bad. Number 4 was While She Sleeps with Sleep Society. Number 3, Annisokay with STFU. Number 2, Eskimo Callboy with Hyper Hyper. And in at the number 1 position, my boys in Tallah with Red Light. Go and check all of those tracks out. Go and show some love to those bands. And if you do enjoy what you heard today, then go and pick up their albums. Because, like I said, I listen to those bands all the time. And I show them love all the time. And in all honesty, quite a few of the bands on that list deserve a lot more love and attention, especially bands like Tallah, especially bands like Annisokay. Those guys are really blowing up at the minute, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for bands like those. I will link all the band's social media down below so you can check them out for yourselves. And in the meantime, if you did enjoy this episode of SeddzSayz, you can hit that subscribe button over there to keep up to date with everything SeddzSayz related. We will be back over the course of the week with our top 5 EPs of 2020, our top 5 live albums and live streams of 2020, and finally our top 20 albums of 2020. Lots of exciting content coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for those videos dropping very soon. Now, in the meantime, have a good evening, stay safe, and keep on chugging.